Well, I made a video, I think it's been a couple years now, on moving this awning, and I never did do a follow-up video. So I thought I'd come out here and do that. This one leg, I ended up putting it on top of the steps, and I put a block under the steps so it's really solid. And this cement pillar here goes up the 4x4 with the bracket up there to hold it. I had it screwed to the eave of the house, but as you can see, there's a gap there. It's settled. It's touching on that end, but there's a gap on this end. I guess that's why rain always comes down through here. So I got to figure out a better way to attach it, maybe bigger screws, run them into the rafters up here. But I got it moved safely, no incidences. It's sitting here on a pillar, sitting there on a pillar. There, I took the bracket off of one of the pillars, or the concrete bases, and stacked them up. I'm looking at this, and I think I'm probably going to go to Lowe's or Home Depot and get myself a 10-foot 4x4 so I can eliminate those two concrete blocks. And I put braces at the top to get rid of the wiggle, which works pretty good, but I noticed the other day on the bottom here, I've got these cross members, but as you can see, there's still a lot of wobble. So I need to do something different to make it more solid. What I thought about doing was going on these outside edges, cutting a piece of plywood in a triangular shape. And in this case, I could make it either a T or a square or something and just come down the side more and put a lot of screws into it. That'll give it a lot more of a rigidity than that bracket is. Maybe I'll just put it right on top of that. Now, to get rid of the sideways wobble, I'm not sure what I'm going to do, but I got to do something because it's just, with the wind we have and stuff, that's not that solid. Anyway, I got it moved, and I also moved, since we cut this 120-foot elm tree down, not elm tree, it was a poplar tree. We cut that down except for that stump there that's just too thick to cut. There was a plastic shed sitting over here by the window, blocking the view, so I moved it over there. But I just wanted to do a follow-up video on this, moving this thing. As you can see, there's a gap here, so I may have to add some bigger lag screws or something to solidify it better. But I made this out of scrap wood that I tore down a couple of awnings in a lady's house. She said they weren't legal. She wanted them off. She was going to sell the house, so I got the wood for free. And so it gave me a great place to put my barbecue grill. Anyway, I just thought I'd follow up, and I put a gutter on the side here, so any rain that comes off the side goes down the end there instead of in this gap here. I also moved this metal awning, and I braced it so it's not sitting on the roof anymore. It used to sit on the roof. Now it's not touching the shingles, so that's a good thing. I just need to paint the boards to match the house or the trim. Maybe I'll just paint them white. Thanks for watching. I'm going to try and move this awning that I built. I'm getting a new roof put on, and it's up on the roof, and the roofer wants it out of the way. I kind of put it here temporary anyway, knowing eventually, since it's attached to the roof, it's not legal. It has to be freestanding for the size it is. So I'm got, as you can see, 4 2x6s bracing it. So if it starts coming away from the house, it can only go so far. And then I braced it on the end here, which will keep it from going side to side. Last time I did this, I had it built, sitting on the roof. I didn't have the roofing material on yet. And I decided to move it over far enough to put this gutter on here. And for some reason, I don't remember. It's been a couple years, but anyway, I had to move it over a little bit. and I was moving the base over a couple inches, and then I would push the top over. Well, I forgot my brackets at the top up here were on the outside of that instead of the inside. So I'm standing in the corner right here, and I hear this noise. It's like a sliding noise, and I'm thinking, what is that noise? And then just it dawned on me, the thing was sliding off the roof. So it slid off the roof, and fortunately it slid over, and you can see right on the building here, it landed on this plastic shed. It just barely hit me in the head, and as it hit me in the head, I realized what was happening and I ducked. So no damage done, but this whole thing ended up on the ground, which smashed my electric blower, and I think, I don't know, a few other things. I was lucky it didn't kill me. If that shed hadn't been there, it would have landed on top of me, and that would have probably been the end of it. So I'm taking a lot of precautions this time. I'm getting it braced both directions. And then my plan is I will slide it off the roof and down onto some more 4x4s I'm going to get. I have some 8-footers, but I don't think they're going to be long enough. And I have some more of these concrete barricades. But anyway, that's what I'm trying to do. And it's kind of a one-man show. So I've got to be extra careful I don't kill myself or damage a bunch of stuff. Anyway, I'll continue this later as I make progress. We'll see what happens. Okay, so I did some more bracing. I've got it braced so the 4x4 on the corner post can't come this way. It can't go side to side. Put brackets on both sides. I did the same thing over here. Brackets on both sides. I got these brackets side to side so it can't go back or forth. I've got 4 2x6s 10 foot long in there, so once I start prying it off the roof, hopefully it'll just come this direction, and then it will go down on my 2x6s, and excuse me, too much dust. Now I put one of these concrete barriers underneath my steps. It's a perfect size. That supports it underneath. I put one on top. I've got another one set up over here someplace. There it is. I'll put a 4x4 on top of there, and I think it's exactly the right height with my 8-foot 4x4 that I can drop this down and it'll be at the perfect height. But time's gonna tell on that. Anyway, hopefully we don't have a disaster.